Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the Bob Simmons Show. I'm Tom Dorado, and this week, Cowboys were off. We thought we'd change things around a little bit, move the set over here, kind of talk to everybody in the living room. And while the Cowboys were off this week, that didn't mean it was an off week.
No, Tommy, it wasn't an off week in terms of practice, and that's what we had to do. We had to get back to the basics, Tom, and we started that Monday. I gave Monday off, let me just say that. And then we came back Tuesday and went some extra periods in the practice, restructured the practice to get a lot more fundamentals in. And then towards the end of the practice, got a little bit into our game plan. Then towards the end, looked at our special teams in terms of what we want to do this upcoming week.
I think other than the mental refreshment, that's what an open week really allows you to do, is to really focus in all positions on the basics.
Well, it does. It gives us a chance as coaches to, and we sort of do this every day, but to really revisit some areas of concern, so to really where we can get our kids thinking, no matter what we call offense and defensively, in terms of the play, it's the fundamentals that counts, and it's really how you do things. And we just sort of slowed things down. Went back to really trying to teach in areas that we need to get better in, and that's on both sides of the ball.
Obviously, you worked on Colorado. We're going to talk about the Buffs here in a little bit, but Colorado, much like Oklahoma State in the last couple of weeks, these are going to be two teams come Saturday hungry for a victory.
You're absolutely right. Obviously, we have not won in the conference yet, and that's something we look forward to doing. And Colorado struggled this past week with Kansas, as Kansas is playing pretty good. And so it's going to be a matter, as far as I'm concerned, as far as Oklahoma State time, is really just taking the fundamentals into the game and playing well.
Well, we've been telling you over the last month or so just how much progress has been made in and around the new Athletics Center. We'll take this week on a guided tour, and your MC is going to be none other than Bob Simmons, this week's Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance. 2-minute drill is next.
The Bob Simmons Show.
For the most complete, up-to-date, and accurate information on your Oklahoma State Cowboys, your internet destination is www.okstate.com, the official athletic website of Oklahoma State University.
Well, welcome back to the show, and again, a little laid back this week, but different's good. Nothing wrong with different.
There's nothing wrong with different. Take off the tie, put on the collar shirt, and
just to look more comfortable anyway.
Let's talk about football.
We talked about the fact we're going to see all the updates, if you will, of the new Athletic Center. And while we must tell people this, not everything's in place, not everything's looking
it's coming
like
along,
it's coming along. And we're going to let you put your guided tour hat on and take people along and tell us all about the Athletic Center.
Well, let's go ahead and do that.
Okay.
This Gallagher-Iber project, Tom, I just mentioned to you that, I've been in some good programs. Colorado has the Dell Ward Center, and this building right here, you're talking about the size of it, what it embraces, what's in it, our offices, just the structure along, a massive structure that is very, very impressive, and obviously all the sports in the athletic department is going to be in there.
That's the academic center, which will be completed shortly.
Oh, that is the academic center. Well, good eyes,
We're
because I didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
But here you see, Tom, we've got some, our meeting rooms have been restructured to where our coaches and our players have an opportunity to really be in a nice setting. Here you see our staff meeting room. We don't have our real table in there, but we get a chance to put our practices up, and I'm pretty sure in this particular room is our meeting room, Tom, where you see we got I call it the orange room, but it's a meeting room for our offensive staff, our offensive team. Theater-like room to where we can get all our team in there. We actually hold our team meetings. Upstairs is our varsity room, which has really they did a nice job.
That's going to be a beauty.
It's going to be a beautiful room, Tom, and you can see what it says, proud, immortal, bright, shine. It talks about our alma mater, but we still got some work to do on that particular room, and it's going to have a lounge. That's where we're going to have our recruits come to on the weekends, and it's just a beautiful setting. You know, we encourage our players to come over and watch film. This is one of our guys, I think, it's Zach Warner.
Look at that. Look at the tape of Colorado.
Tape of Colorado game, but he studied some extra film in a real nice setting. Our coach's office was redone. Our coaches are very pleased with their offices, and we got some work to do inside with their screen. It really provides a nice setting. You can see that's Mike Cassidy where it overlooks.
Guys have a good look out that window now.
Got a very good look, and obviously that's our Heisman. And when you talk about having a great player like Barry Sanders, who won the Heisman Trophy, this is our lounge, our reception area, where when people come, it's wide open. That's Lori, who's pretending like she's answering the phone.
I think it's the one I called her, I believe.
Yeah, that's Sandra and Judy, and obviously you've snuck into my office.
Yeah, we had to do that.
And you
still
know,
a little incomplete.
Yeah, incomplete. Got some pictures on the floor and got some furniture to really try to refinish that office. But it's class time. It's overlooked the stadium. And you actually shot my dad. I don't believe you did that.
Okay, sure. That shows you how hard a worker you got. Things everywhere. But this is the view outside your window. Only you're downstairs.
Only I'm downstairs, and that's the beginning of our one-on-one that we have. You've just entered our locker room, and our players really enjoy it. You know, our guys really like the whole setup with the lockers. A lot of room in there, and you can see there's not a lot of things on the wall yet. It's because of probably when we get in the off season, we'll probably do put some signs up, and this is going to be our players' lounge. We don't have all our furniture there yet. It's not complete. You can see there's nothing on the wall in this particular room either. But we're scheduled to get a big screen television.
But we're getting there. That's
yeah, we are getting there. We're moving in that direction. And this is T.J. Bro. Absolutely, he likes what he has in his new equipment room, spacious. All the sports are going to use that, but TJ's got a nice area. He's really got it organized to where when our players come in, he can just go out and hand their equipment out, and he's a very organized guy. And for once, we got a large enough coaches locker room that we're not on top of one another.
Isn't it amazing that you got some elbow room in there?
Got some elbow room, and in all honesty, we have a lot of bathroom space.
Yeah, more than you probably need.
No, we don't.
Hey,
but,
it's nice to see this kind of space anyway.
It's real nice. It was done just like our coach's locker room, and now we're going to have I think we got one of the classiest training room around time with our new equipment updated.
Terry Noonan.
Terry Noonan is very proud of this training room. State of the art equipment. You can see we're getting ready to go to practice, and I think the one thing that we do on Thursdays around here, our kids like to get massaged, and that massage therapy is really preventative kind of injuries, and we do that on Thursday night. And, but this is the new therapeutic room here where
have you been in that pool
I have
yet?
Not. No, Terry Noonan spends a lot of time there. You know,
trying to fix it.
Trying to fix it. But it's a great way of pool therapy to really get our guys to really come back. And now you've just entered our visitors' locker room. You know, I've traveled a lot of places, and I haven't seen
pretty darn nice.
Pretty darn nice. But we stuck those orange lockers in there, and I think below time you went down below. You're taking a look at what's going to be our weight room. 30,000 square feet, and Dan's going to be pretty proud of that. This is a nice area. We went upstairs to the suites, and you know, our last homecoming game, we really got a chance to look down. I've heard some great comments from some of our alums that they can really see the game unfold, and when they finish the suites, they're going to be real nice time. Now, our old club, our athletes, our lettermen, when they come back, they'll have an area of their own. You can see that's still under construction, but that's pretty nice. And you know, back at practice, you can look down on the field. This is last week where we're really trying to get back at it.
You know, it is a great facility, and we must emphasize again what you saw was a building still under construction,
right.
Things still under construction, but we thought we'd let our fans have a little peek because they don't get a chance to see inside. But I don't know what percentage is done, but it is sure looking pretty good.
Well, Tom, it's going to be first class, and it is looking pretty good. And when you talk about recruiting and the kind of facilities that you should have, obviously, when our recruits come, they'll get a chance to see that we are moving in the right direction with our facilities.
You talk about recruiting now. You've had recruiting weekends, and recruits have seen this in stages of construction.
Right.
They have to be impressed.
Well, they are. You know, I get a chance, along with my staff, to talk to players after the game and talk to parents. And you know, there's a great interest as to what we're doing with our facilities. And as they travel around, that they're going to see that Oklahoma State have some of the best facilities in the country.
We addressed this on your radio show this past week, but overall the reception has been very good.
The reception in terms of practice?
Reception in terms of recruitment.
Oh, the reception,
and
yes.
the practice as well, I guess.
Both. The time that the interest is there. Point blank. We've had every weekend that we've had home games. We've had a number of in-state kids up. We just went out this past week, 2 days recruiting. We talked about that this afternoon, and you know, there are areas that we have to really go out and look at, but the reception is good.
Well, we'll talk recruiting a little bit later as well in the show. You know, to be sure, we've had a good many big plays over the first 6 weeks of this season. We'll show you some of those after we step aside to do some business. We'll be right back. Well, we are back, and at this time of the show, we usually introduce the big-time player of the week. Since we didn't have a game over the weekend, we thought we'd show you a number of the big-time plays we've had thus far, and it's all brought to you by Big Time and our talented director, Wade Pearson.
I'm on my way, I'm making it. I've got to make it show, yeah. So much larger than life. I'm gonna watch it growing. The place where I come from is a small town. They think so small, they use small words. But not me, I'm smarter than that. I worked it out. I've been stretching my mouth to let those big words come right out. I've heard enough, I'm getting out to the city, big, big city. I'll be a big noise with all the big boys, so much stuff I will own. And I will pray to a big God as I kneel in the big church. I'm on my way, I'm making it. I've got to make it show, yeah. So much larger than life. I'm gonna watch it growing.
Tom, that's a good film, and really what it shows is that you know, our kids can make big time plays, and obviously what we need to do is do that a little bit more often so we can have some fun.
It shows there's no lack of effort on this
No,
team, that's
you're
for sure.
absolutely right, and that's really what it shows. There is no lack of effort. We just need to be a lot more consistent.
And Wade didn't pay me any money to say anything about him being talented, that's for sure. We're going to come back to wrap it all up after this final timeout. Well, we are back, and you mentioned, Bob, that your coaches had the opportunity during this kind of a looser week to go out and hit the road recruiting.
Yeah, we did, Tom. We scheduled early in the year this date, knowing it's going to be an open week, that we would go out 2 days. And obviously our guys, you know, went all over the country, California, Florida, right here in the state of Oklahoma, Texas, which is Kansas, which is our primary area, and really made some good evaluation, watching film, watching kids play, and got back and because there are certain areas that are really going to be need for the upcoming year.
Okay, what would they be?
Well, the one is quarterback. Right now, we only have one scholarship guy on quarterback, and that's Aso Pogai, and then losing Tony, and then losing Ben. So we're looking to take at least 3 quarterbacks. Obviously, the defensive end position, which those guys are going to be seniors, and the inside position. We'll probably take some guys at mid-year from junior college.
After the
wide
third,
receivers is with speed is
oh
a big,
yeah, that helps
big
too.
area.
Guys
Right,
who can run and
right.
catch.
Those in corners.
After the Thursday practice, you got the players together before you turned them loose, and you said something to the effect that you liked the mindset of this ball club.
I really did, Tom, because we talked about some things on Monday, and obviously what I wanted to see was that kind of effort during the Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday practice. This off week was a really good week for us because we got a chance, as I said, to revisit some things. But I like our effort, what the kids were doing, how they were practicing, that sends the right signal because obviously this team wants to finish strong down the stretch, and we have 5 games left, and we're going to go out and take one game at a time.
And that first game is Saturday, 2:30 kickoff Oklahoma time at Colorado. We were talking during the break, supposed to be about 56 degrees. Perfect conditions out there.
Perfect. If it's 56 in Colorado, that's about 70. Those are great conditions to play.
And this is a team obviously has a lot of athletes, like most schools that you see.
Yeah, they talk about it. I think they're 1-6, Tom, but it's a team full of good athletes.
As you go out there, it's a place you know a lot about. You'd like for it to be a great homecoming for you and Art and a lot of the Colorado guys on our roster. It'd be a good homecoming, take a W back.
Well, absolutely. We still have some friends there, but I don't know if they're going to be pulling for us. But you're right. It'd be a good place to go in that environment and really get a W.
All right, we appreciate it. Again, kickoff time, 2:30 Oklahoma time. We'll be on the air of the pregame show at 1:30 Oklahoma time on the Cowboy Radio Network. That's all the time we have for this week's show. For Bob Simmons, our entire crew here at Educational Television Services, Tom Dorado. Goodbye, everybody.
The Bob Simmons Show has been